maybe I'll put some cool things here, maybe not. This might be just empty space, I don't know. Hi friends, it's me, Jen, at Jenniely, and I'm on Booktube, Booktube. I finally decided to revive my YouTube channel, which I did a whole huge number of videos to about 6 years ago, and I've literally been meaning to do it again since. So I look a bit different, my hair's different, a lot's different, but it's still me, just a long time after. This channel is going to be mostly about books, but I have no solid plan, so it's basically about whatever I fancy, what you guys like. I have a bookish shop, Literary Galaxy, which I will link down below, which you can check out, and I'll be talking about behind the scenes stuff there and my jewelry making process if that's something you guys are interested in. I also do graphic design, which again I think I might show because people seem to like my progress videos, and obviously book hauls, book reviews, bookish discussions, anything you guys are interested in. I also have a master's in digital marketing, which I actually did my dissertation on digital marketing and publishing, so I have a lot of insights that I want to share with you guys on how to be successful on Twitter, with your website, with SEO, and just general social media stuff. So if you guys are interested in that, and also maybe some like hair stuff, because I get a lot of people asking questions about my hair, so I can also give you tips on that. I did the Bookish Newbie Tag way back when, but I don't even feel like the same person anymore, so I think it's probably a good idea to do it again to give you guys an idea of what I'm doing with this channel. I've been meaning to forever. Since I stopped doing it way back when, I always planned on doing it again, but that was when I was in the middle of doing my masters and it was very intense and I didn't have a lot of time, so now I'm trying again. And I really love talking about books. Obviously it's what I do pretty much all day, every day, and I love sharing my knowledge and my opinions and my experience. So yeah, this is a place I can do that, and also just to make some new friends. I think it's a great place to meet other like-minded souls. Like, I think there's like a bookish community, and I think Twitter, there's one, there's the blogging, and then there's also Booktube, which I'm just haven't got into. So yeah, be my friend, hopefully. And obviously I love watching Booktube. I'm always on YouTube, so natural step is to take part. Me, I think I'm fun and unique. No, but seriously, industry knowledge. I do behind the scenes of my shop, and I do lots of bullet journaling, so I can do that, and just like behind the scenes stuff, like maybe some vlogging when I'm at festivals. And I tend to get quite a lot of books early, so I can talk about them and talk about what my thoughts and see if you guys have read them, and just, yeah, bookish fun. I'm excited to chat to you guys and just talk about like new releases and just be more engaged in the community. I feel like there's a whole area that I'm just not a part of, and I think it'll just be really fun. I mean, I think the question should be aimed at the people that don't like reading. Like, why don't they like reading? Reading is the most fun thing ever, and I mean, sorry guys, you're a bit strange for not wanting to read. I mean, I'm kind of joking, kind of not. Anyway, why do I like to read? I like to read mainly YA, which my therapist might say is because I'm trying to relive some past memories. I don't know. What do they know? But I love YA, and I love space and fantasy, and it's just another world you get to experience that you wouldn't ordinarily get to experience. And I just don't know where I'd be without it. I think life can be hard, it can be boring, it can be difficult, and just being able to escape into a good book just makes it worth living. What book? I've always read since I was a child. The first place I actually went as a baby was the library, other than my house and the hospital, obviously. So it's in my blood. My mum reads so many books a day, it's ridiculous. But I think I'm going to change the question to which book made me want to write. And I know that's not quite it, but I vividly remember reading James Herbert because I loved James Herbert. And I basically rewrote one of his books, and I was about 8 years old, and I remember asking my mum if I could swear in it because in his books there was swearing, and I think that's my most vivid memory with a book, like a connection. I can't remember, I must have read stuff before then. I think Terry Brooks, I think I really like Terry Brooks, but definitely the James Herbert. And I used to be on a James Herbert forum, and when the internet first came about, and I used to sit there on a dial-up computer and talk to other very old adults, because young people didn't read James Herbert, and like young people didn't use the computers back then, so I would troll people. I was a massive troll. It was hilarious. But I used to just talk about James Herbert and just be very obsessive and then pretend to be different people. It was funny. Fun time. Fun memory that's popped into my head. But yeah, yeah, James Herbert. Thank you. Rest in peace. Probably, how do you do this all the time? It's just like setting up the lights and everything. Yeah, I don't know how they do it. So how do you do it? Can we be friends? Maybe. Just, I guess, what they love about the book community. Why do they do it? That's probably what I would ask them. Editing it, because I feel like looking at myself, editing this is going to be really hard, because I'm going to hate it, because I think that's natural, I think everyone does. And sitting down to edit. I'm a multitasker, so when I'm writing my blogs, when I'm drawing, I think anytime other than when I'm reading, I am watching something or listening to an audiobook, which you can't do when you're editing, because I need to listen to myself, which I will hate. Yes, I'm gonna hate that. But yes, I think that's probably the biggest challenge. I like the motivation to film every week and set all this up, probably, yeah. I think I already answered that one. As young as I could. I used to listen to audiobooks as a baby. I remember I had this it was like this big, and it was like a little tape recorder I could carry around. I think it even had a microphone on it, didn't use that. But I used to listen to audio tapes back then. So I have vivid memories of doing that and listening to nursery rhymes on that. And then I just read from there. I just don't remember not reading. Like in my bedroom as a child, oh my god, it was like a princess bed. I had like a canopy over the end of the bed, so like I had that over my head. I had a curtain across it, and then so I was lying here, there was a bookshelf here, like in the wall. It was like we'd built an extension, so it was an old windowsill, and it was just full of books, and I would just hide in there and read, which actually now sounds so idyllic, and I don't think I appreciate it as much as I probably would now. But yes, I've always been a reader. I don't know what the question was anymore. I guess it depends on what my life is like. So I always tend to have an audiobook, a physical, and like an ebook on the go. So when I was commuting more, I would listen to the audiobook on the way, and then at work when I had breaks, I would read on my phone, and then at home I'd read the physical book. But now I'm not commuting as much. My reading time's cut dramatically, so I tend to listen when I'm doing chores or doing other work that I don't have to think about, so I can listen to the book and just carry on with the other stuff. And I read before bed, so I'm usually in bed, because if I'm anywhere else there's normally stuff going on and I can't focus. I think I answered this one already. Mainly YA and science fiction and fantasy. If there's space in it, I'm in. Like there, I'm just obsessed. I do like adult books. I read adult when I was a child. When I was a young adult, I read adult books, and now as an adult I read young adult books, which is always the way of the world, I find, in the book community. I don't think I'll ever change. I mean, I still read adult books, but I just don't think I'll ever fall out of love with YA. Like, it's just so whimsical a lot of the time, and I guess, I don't know, for me it's just reliving old experiences and feelings in a safe way, and not having that crippling, I'm a teenager, what am I doing with my life feeling when you get to read it and enjoy it when you know you're not in that situation, so you can put it down and no longer feel like a teenager. So yeah, I forgot the question again. Oh, I forgot to mention earlier, one of my favourite authors is Robin Hobb. You can't see them here, I think they're behind this. And up here. Actually no, they're all up here, out of frame. Yeah, she's one of my favourite authors. And actually, when I say James Herbert inspired me to write, that was like crimey stuff I was writing then, and like mystery, whereas Robin Hobb inspired my love of fantasy, and that's when I started writing fantasy. And I've been working on a fantasy novel for years that was very much inspired by, not like her work, but just Robin Hobb in general. So yeah, I've answered that one a bit late, but there we go. Maybe in post I'll fix it. Maybe you're watching this at the end. Who knows? That's it from me. I'm so excited for you guys to see this video, and I'd love it if you'd leave me a comment on what you thought, on what I could do next, or anything, just saying hi, and subscribe and like and all that jazz, and I'll see you next time. Bye!